Hey everybody, welcome. Sorry, a couple minutes late. I know we never start on time. I apologize. It's 7:05 and welcome. This is the No Bones About Wrestling AEW All Out preview and prediction show. And so I'm Asa. Hey, this is Wolf right here.
Hello.
And there's Mercedes Monet, and that's Swerve Strickland. And uh, they're not really here though. But K Fabulous is going to be here in a couple minutes. So all three of us are gonna, like I said, we're gonna talk about the all-out matches, and we're each going to give our predictions. And whoever gets the most predictions correct on Saturday wins the prestigious No Bones About Wrestling Championship, the Prediction Championship belt, which Wolf currently holds. And I can't reach right now, but I will show you eventually. So yeah, welcome Wolf, and would you just real quick give us the like the
Yeah,
rundown for the card
so
Saturday?
we have 8 matches, one of which has not been completed. Um, we have for the AEW International Championship, we have Will Ospreay defending against 1/3 of the AEW World Trios Champions, Pac. We have the Young Bucks defending the AEW World Tag Team Championships against the other 2/3 of the World Trios Champions, Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta of the BCC. Um, we have Willow Nightingale versus Chris Statlander in a Chicago street fight, not for the CMLL title,
Oh, really?
because apparently CMLL does not sanction street fights. Therefore,
Okay, I did not
so
hear
no.
that.
Um,
He
yeah,
said it's
they
not for
have
the
not.
CMLL title.
It's not for the CMLL title, which is
Okay,
weird, but
that is weird.
whatever. CMLL has their own rules. We have a fatal 4-way for the AEW Continental Championship. Kazuchika Okada defends against the winners of 3 matches that will be determined on Collision: Orange Cassidy versus Brian Keith, Lance Archer versus Mark Briscoe, and Konosuke Takeshita versus the Beast Mortos. Those matches are somewhat predictable, if you ask
Yep.
me. We have just a normal singles match between MJF and Daniel Garcia. We have Mercedes Monet defending the AEW TBS Championship against Hikaru Shida. Camille is barred from ringside. We have Bryan Danielson defending the AEW World Championship against Jack Perry. And finally, the main event, the most likely main event, is a lights out steel cage match between Swerve Strickland and Hangman Adam Page.
All right, thank you. And let me ask you two things before we start.
Sure.
Number one, for the Continental title match, let's just go ahead and predict. Let's fill in the winners real quick. So we think it'll be Okada, Orange Cassidy. Who else? What were the other matches?
Takeshita,
Yeah.
because the Beast Mortos has not won a single match since coming
Yeah.
to AEW. Not even in Ring of Honor, by the way.
Wow,
I
that's
checked.
that's a fucking crime.
Yeah.
But he's not gonna win here.
Yeah, and then Mark Briscoe probably just because I can't see. Even though Lance Archer is reasonable, I don't think they're gonna have Orange be the only baby face of.
Yeah, that one.
match.
That's the one that could go either way. I think the Mark
Yeah.
Briscoe or Lance Archer, but we'll just say Mark Briscoe. Yeah,
Where'd you
Right.
send the link?
to your text.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll just predict that one. Like I said, with Okada, Orange Cassidy, Takeshita, and Briscoe.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
which is a good match, crazy match.
Oh yeah, that'll be wild. Yeah, probably be one of the best matches of the night. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Kirk Crimson, let's go. Yeah, I
Let's
hear you.
go. We love Kirk here.
All right, and K Fabulous is joining us, the hostess
Hello.
with the mostest. Speaking of which, we got our Beetlejuice 2 tickets.
I got the Beetlejuice earrings on.
Very excited. Going Monday night.
One of 2 pairs of Beetlejuice earrings that I own.
Wolf, you care about Beetlejuice?
I don't really know them that much. I
Have
don't.
you not seen the first movie?
He's a baby.
Oh my god, dude!
How old are you, like 20?
3,
Yeah.
It's
almost
good.
24.
It's very good. If you like horror comedies, it's fantastic. You know, I
Or
can't.
like goofy supernatural movies.
Yeah, if you can't recommend it, I mean, I can't recommend it higher. Uh, yeah, if you haven't seen it, you should see that. It's a great movie.
I got confirmed Catholic in high school, and I chose my confirmation name based on Winona Ryder's character in Beetlejuice.
You were Lydia.
Lydia, yeah.
Well, yeah, I love that movie too. And there was a lot of people don't recall this. There was a Beetlejuice animated. We are going to talk about wrestling, but there was a Beetlejuice animated series that was really good, and it
Awesome.
used to be fucking $70 on DVD, and I bought it for like 60. You can get it for $20 now.
What the crap?
The whole series you can get for $20. So if you like cartoons, the Beetlejuice cartoon is very good.
It was one of my favorite cartoons as a child.
Oh yeah. All right, now let's get to some wrestling.
Yep.
If you watch TV though, Beetlejuice is like taking over the commercial space. I've never seen a movie advertised so much. All right, all out predictions here. And I'm just going to go in an order, just an order I made. It doesn't, it's kind of maybe the way they'll go, but who knows? We'll start off, bless you.
Thank you, sorry.
Start off, former world champion MJF taking on Daniel Garcia.
Really good opener.
What do you
Yeah,
think, Wolf? Yeah.
I definitely think that would be a reasonable opener. Yeah. For me, my prediction, I think this is the time where Garcia needs a big win.
Yeah.
He's been getting a lot of start pushes, start and stop pushes, and he's not really getting like big wins. He gets some good wins, but like he doesn't get like a big like meaningful win. MJF is perfect to give him that. This is the time to, especially when what's it called? There's now questions about if Garcia will stay in AEW because his contract ends in October. I think he should. I think he's doing great in AEW, and he's being built up as a main eventer, future main eventer. So beating MJF would just help that immensely, and it would just prove that they are like they are convinced and they are set on making Garcia a main event player in AEW. So I think, yeah, Garcia needs this win. MJF can afford the loss to put Garcia over. Yeah, so I think Garcia should win.
I'm being nosy over
Yeah,
here.
she's looking at my picks over here.
I'm
She's trying to
curious.
cheat. Well, I should write down your picks.
You
Yeah, I need to
just
write
you
his
just
down.
appear to have multiple people circled, and I wonder how that works in a one-on-one match.
Just don't look at my picks. All right, so Wolf is going with Daniel Garcia. And Wolf, will you before we reveal our two picks, will you just refresh our memories? You know how this feud got started, kind of what it's about.
So it started with MJF offered Garcia a match at All In, getting that big stage, big spotlight with MJF, and then afterwards, I think it was Ospreay offered, or Garcia won like a match and like earned a shot at the international title. So it was Ospreay and then versus Garcia. Ospreay won, and I think Ospreay like offered another shot to Garcia if he wanted it. MJF seemed to not be happy with that and decided to take out Garcia for a few weeks.
He bloodied him, didn't he?
Bloody, very bloody.
Very bloody.
And
Carried out on the stretcher.
Yeah.
while Garcia was out, MJF challenged Ospreay, took the international title, made it the ugly American championship. And then what's it called? All In happened, where we had the rematch of MJF and Ospreay, where Garcia came back.
Yeah, where Garcia, well, MJF put on X. He said, "My Dynamite Diamond ring has been stolen."
And Garcia took it
Right,
and pawned it off to in Buffalo to get a round trip to London somehow.
that's pretty good. That's pretty funny.
Mhm.
But yeah, so here we go. It's been built up well. I don't think long enough. You know, like you said, talking about the Daniel Garcia stop start pushes.
Mhm.
This feud has kind of been stop start. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like, but like I said, what they've done with it is good. I just feel like it needed just a little more, push to get it really
Yeah.
really got good, really hot, so to speak, you know. But it's gonna be a good match either way. So, Kay, what do you think? Who's winning?
Well, I'm gonna latch on to what you just said.
Oh,
I don't think it's ready. So I think MJF is going to cheat horribly, and he is going to win this match. And then I think Daniel Garcia is going to be granted a rematch against MJF with some sort of stipulation for Wrestle Dream. Is what I think it wouldn't, and he'll win at Wrestle Dream.
sorry, I was writing. I apologize. Who'd you say?
MJF.
MJF. Okay.
Yeah, but I think Garcia will eventually win over MJF. I just don't see MJF taking 2 losses back to back.
I hear you.
One of whom is to
Right.
Garcia, which nothing against Garcia, but this would be the first like main eventer that he has defeated.
Garcia.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I just think it's going to be a good, long, like hard fought match, and it's either going to be like maybe a time limit draw, but I really think MJF is just going to like do something super underhanded to get the win.
Yeah, I see. I mean, both of y'all bring up some good points. I could see it going either way. And at first, I was thinking MJF for kind of the same reasons Kay said. You know, Daniel Garcia got one over on him by stealing and pawning the ring. So it seems like MJF will get him back and will continue this feud. I feel that kind of, but the same way Wolf said, Daniel Garcia needs a signature win because he doesn't have one really. Not that I can name, not one I remember. So it wasn't that big. Whatever his biggest match has been, I can't remember it. But this I would remember. You know, this is a big match for him. So I'm gonna say Daniel Garcia. Yeah, I'm gonna say they're pushing Garcia. So all right.
And just I think I was in the other room while Wolf was talking, but I think I heard everything that he said. I think Daniel Garcia has already signed a contract. I think he wouldn't be back on AEW TV had he not already signed an extension.
I meant to mention that. Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Dave Meltzer, which I know he's not always right, but as soon as they took Garcia out with that injury angle, he said it was 100% because Garcia was undecided about his contract with AEW. And he said that he didn't think we'd see him on TV again until a new contract had been signed.
Yeah.
So, and I
Or
agree with that.
maybe like Garcia didn't like write down the signature, but basically made a verbal commitment that he'll
Mhm.
stay with it.
RB065, what's up?
Hey,
But yeah, regardless, I do think I could see another match. I could see the feud continuing regardless, and I also think there's really no reason for Garcia to leave AEW.
Mhm.
Like he's getting pushed anywhere else, he'd be lower and lower mid carder at best.
well, like,
Yeah,
plus when on the first televised show of the year, your boss, like before the show starts, pulls you out in front of the crowd and says like 2024 is going to be the year of Daniel Garcia. Like,
yeah,
you stick with that company.
yeah. Garcia knows that, and
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, what Kay just said, and what Wolf just said. Yeah, I don't see any reason for him to leave. I think he's positioned to be a big star,
Mhm.
and I don't know why any wrestler wouldn't want to be in AEW with them like paying for your
Travel.
paying for your hotel, paying for your medical. The opposite of WWE, which I think does pay for travel sometimes, if not most of the time. I'm not 100% sure, but
Plus, like, the number of wrestlers who have taken time off for like familial reasons, I feel like that's a really good sign for working for AEW.
Yeah.
Like that they care about you as a person, not just as like a unit to accrue dollar signs that
Yeah,
they
it does seem like that's becoming a more of a thing in wrestling in general. Like, at okay, okay, Uber. Sorry,
awesome.
that is my friend being
Daniel
silly.
Garcia gave him a smooch.
I like it.
All
But yeah,
right.
same thing.
Welcome to the chat, Adam.
Just real quick, talking about what Kay just said. I try not to talk about WWE too much on here. But right, what Kay just said, Vince McMahon, at least, maybe things are changing now, but Vince McMahon era, at least,
Oh,
you
yeah.
didn't get a day off. You didn't get a sick day off. Nothing. Like he thought
The
it was
only
weird. He
time
thought
you get off
sickness.
was injury.
Right. He thought sickness was weakness. Like
Mhm.
if you sneezed in the presence of Vince McMahon, supposedly he would like shoot you a mean look, like you, shit on him or something.
I'd be fucked. I sneeze constantly.
So yeah, it's gonna be it'll be interesting to see how WWE changes now that McMahon, who is still profiting from WWE, don't fool yourself.
Yeah.
He's still
Yeah.
profiting. He still owns a lot of stock.
Mhm.
He's still getting richer and richer,
Yeah.
but he's not in charge.
But if you support WWE, you are supporting Vince McMahon.
True. But yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
But part of why I don't watch it. But it will be interesting to see how now under corporate control / Triple H control, how it evolves. From no sick time at all. So
Well, not only that, but now that there's a company that's paying competitively for the most part, that's offering all of these other things and treating you like a person.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even think it would be just Vince McMahon leaving. I would think it's the fact that the other major company is doing all of these normal human things to do for your employees.
Yeah, for business. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
in America for.
Oh yeah.
And now that what's it called? Whatever Endeavor or whatever now technically owns WWE.
Coffee, you want a cup?
That probably now changes things in a significant major way, at least.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see. RBO65 here says, I would like Garcia to win, but you would have MJF with back-to-back losses.
Yeah.
But like Wolf said, I think his character can take it. I don't think, losing Ospreay and Garcia, that's not going to hurt the MJF character. I don't feel like,
like we all everyone knows MJF is like basically one of the faces of AEW. Like no, like he's not gonna get hurt by losing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on then. Next up, the AEW Continental title match. So we got the undefeated in AEW, Kazuchika Okada of the Elite. He's defending, as Wolf told us, he's defending against the winners of 3 matches on Collision tomorrow night. Remember, Collision's on Friday at 8 this week, and we're doing a watch along.
He's undefeated in solo matches.
Undefeated in solo matches, Kay said.
Solo matches,
in AEW, right. So Okada's defending against 3 challengers, the winners of 3 matches on Collision, and we're just going to assume the winners, like we said earlier, we're going to assume the winners are going to be Orange Cassidy, Konosuke Takeshita, and Mark Briscoe, the Ring of Honor World Champion, which that one could go either way. I could see Lance Archer winning, but we're going to assume Briscoe wins and predict it that way. And so Wolf, why don't you tell us what's up?
It's a great match. Definitely, it's going to be a great match. Everyone is certainly great talent. However, I think they're not planning on Okada dropping it just yet. I feel like they could possibly have it seem like Takeshita is about to win, and then Okada steals it, and then they can set up Okada versus Takeshita. But I don't know how exactly it will go. I just think Okada will retain
Gotcha.
for now. Yeah.
Here, Adam Uber, kind of saying my thought a little. Said Lance Archer being at the pay per view would be perfect. I agree. I think they should have Lance Archer beat Mark Briscoe and get in the match. You know, do something
Yeah,
a little
Lance Archer
unpredicted. You know.
deserves something like a bone from time to time, but like, yeah, I don't know. It feels like Tony Khan just doesn't seem to push him that much, which is unfortunate.
Um, but yeah, Uber says I wish Okada would drop it though. All of the elite have had kind of crap title reigns. Yeah. So we got
Yeah,
the Bucks with the tag titles, and they've defended them once. They got
yeah.
Jack Perry with the TNT title. How many times has he defended that? 0.
Well,
Yeah.
no, he's defended it like he's only had squash matches. Like all his single
Yeah.
matches are squash matches. Even
Well,
if
see,
they
I
were,
assume those are non-title matches, though. You know, Jack
yeah,
Perry.
I think like what's his name? The match against Marco was a title match.
Oh, right.
Uh,
I forgot that happened.
yeah, that was a title match. The disastrous All In match. I'm still peeved about that because how dare you have Darby get squashed?
Right, right. Yeah.
Um,
So two,
yeah,
maybe two, twice.
something like that. Basically, all his title matches have been squashes, so none of them are legitimate.
Um, all right. So he says Okada retains.
I say Okada, yeah.
Adam says he wants Okada to drop it. I get that, and I get what he's saying about their title reigns, but you know, Okada's been defending it more often here, and you could definitely make a case for the Bucks to lose the belts. But that we'll talk about that later. But I get what you're saying. But Kay, what do you think? The Continental title match. You were in the other room. We've decided we think it's going to be Okada versus Orange Cassidy versus Takeshita versus Mark Briscoe. So who do you see winning that?
Well, I'm gonna let Ripley pick.
What?
Ripley, if you think Okada's gonna win, look super cute. She looks super cute all the time, so I think we think Okada's winning.
Okay.
Hilarious.
Let's go. That's a good way to pick it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of debate here. I would be shocked if Okada loses the belt.
Yeah.
I think, you know, they're just building him up until you know, Kenny Omega returns. I think that's what we're waiting for. I think is Kenny Omega versus Okada, and I
Right.
don't see them making Okada look weak in any way. And like I said, there's no reason for him to lose this belt. Guy deserves a belt. He's done nothing but good work for them since he's shown up. So
And
yeah,
if
Okada.
even if they don't want to if they want to have Omega like with Ibushi going after Bucks, they could just set up Takeshita versus Okada 1-on-1.
Yeah, true.
Maybe turn Takeshita face, even though that might sound weird.
True.
Yeah.
That would be an interesting direction. Yeah, and it feels like maybe they will do Omega and Ibushi versus the Bucks when Omega returns.
Yeah,
You know?
that
So
seems
That's
most
what
likely.
what I think.
I think
Yeah.
So maybe Takeshita and Okada would be a great way to go. Yeah, you're right, Wolf, as you often are. Okay, so we all say Okada on that one.
Okada, yeah.
Up next, the Chicago Street Fight match, which is a non-title match.
Yeah, I was gonna change my back.
Stupid.
So,
Stupid.
CMLL Women's Champion Willow Nightingale takes on Chris Statlander, accompanied, of course, by Stokely Hathaway.
I have a question. So she earned a title shot. She won an eliminator match to
Yeah.
get her title shot, and this was going to be that title shot. And so since now it's not, are they just gonna run it back again on like Collision?
I
or
assume
something?
so.
Okay.
Yeah, I assume she's getting
Probably,
another
because
match.
apparently CMLL does not sanction street fights at all.
Like, is that because they're the oldest wrestling promotion in the world and they don't want to sully their name with a street fight? Is that where they're
I
coming
have
from?
no idea. I don't know. I'm completely confused why, but
You're the biggest luchador wrestling fan. You should know the
Well,
answer
I
to
just heard
this.
this when Wolf
Yeah.
told us. I don't know.
I love luchador stuff, but I don't watch CML. I don't know the rules. I don't know like anything basically.
So for CMLL, for those of you who like Lucha Libre and Wolf, they put their shows on YouTube. They do like Friday shows. They don't put them up on Friday, but a couple days later they put them up for free on YouTube. So check out CMLL. I will be doing the same because they are a really good promotion with a lot of great talent, as we've seen in
Yeah.
AEW. And RBO65 pointed something out real quick. We were just talking about MJF, and they say MJF is still. Fun fact: MJF is still winless against the captain Sean Dean in AEW. Right, 0-2.
Yeah, Sean
MJF.
Dean made sure that Sean Dean made sure everyone knew that.
Yeah. Well, because they took away the records from the AEW
Yeah.
website this week.
Yeah,
Everybody's
they-
win-loss record.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that, but
Yeah, I know that was so neat to be able to see their win-loss records, but they took them away. And Sean Dean tweeted. He said, "Well, now how will people know I beat MJF twice?"
Wait, so I think maybe they took them down because they're finally going to get rid of squash matches. So that way they can have their bigger stars face each other and take losses, and it won't be like in everybody's face every day.
Okay, I hope you're right.
I
maybe.
also hope I'm right.
I hope that's right. RBO65 saying I got Okada winning. Yeah, I think everybody.
Mm.
CMLL watch party. All right, that's a great
Yeah, it's an
idea.
awesome idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we will
Maybe
do it.
on this channel. Who
We
knows?
will do it. We'll find when they put the show up and pick a date, and we will do that. Yeah, for sure. And we can all learn more about Lucha Libre
Yeah.
together. Good idea, Adam.
Mhm.
And RBO65
I agree.
asterisk win, but Takeshita would not eat the pin, which would lead to a one-on-one at Wrestle
That's a
Dream.
great
That's a
track
really good
match
call.
for
Yeah.
Wrestle Dream, especially if we're not getting Omega and Okada. That
Can you imagine?
What? Can you imagine what?
If Wrestle Dream is Okada versus Takeshita for the belt,
Yeah.
and the Bucks versus the Golden Lovers for the belt,
yeah,
and then if Daniel Garcia gets like a grudge match with like a stipulation for glory, I love it. And I don't want Danielson to retire anytime soon, but I want Nigel McGuinness to face him at Wrestle Dream because it's Nigel McGuinness's Wrestle Dream.
Well, if he doesn't, he might face another Brit, Zack Sabre Jr. That would be awesome.
He
Danielson
already
and
faced him at the last Wrestle Dream.
okay, well, let's do it again. Why
Yeah,
not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my
Here,
favorite.
let's get back to what the
well,
match we
no,
were talking
Nigel
about.
said he would want to face Zack Sabre.
What'd you say? I didn't hear the first part.
Nigel had said he would want to face Zack Sabre Jr.
Okay.
You were talking about Danielson, though, weren't you? Facing him?
Danielson facing Zack Sabre. Yes, yeah. So Nigel said he wants to face Zack Sabre.
Yeah, either Brian or Zack. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get back to what we were talking about. Chicago Street Fight, Willow Nightingale versus Chris Statlander. Wolf, you got?
Well, now that this match is not for the title, there is absolutely zero reason for Statlander to lose. I will actually be kind of upset if she loses. Like I'm pretty sure like Statlander has only won like basically one match in this entire feud. Yeah,
Eliminator match?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I do think it's time for and with the fact that it's not a title match and Statlander already earned her shot, there will probably be at least one more match. So that means Statlander should win this one, and then the title match Willow will probably retain. But
And Statlander, no slouch herself, former TBS champion. I just want to point that out for people's memories. Kay, what have you got on this one?
So first of all, I just want to say that I think Statlander is the best TBS champion that we've had. Um, but moving on. So I had Willow initially until Wolf told me that it's not a title match because the only reason I picked Willow was because I thought she was defending her title. But now that she's not, I'm picking Statlander, who I wanted to win anyway. I was very
You
surprised.
wanted Statlander over Willow?
I wanted Statlander over Willow because I didn't want Statlander to lose 2 pay-per-view matches in a row to Willow.
Yeah, I got you.
And I don't understand why Willow and Ishii won the match at All In. Like, no one can
Should not
explain
have
that to
happened.
me in a way
Yeah.
to make me understand,
Yeah.
especially to let a face pick like the stipulation match, the stipulation for the match. Like, super weird choice. But yeah, I didn't want her to lose 2 pay-per-view matches in a row. No. And I think that she and Willow are really equal as far as like talent level. And with Stokely, they're equal with mic skills. Yeah, I think they're at the same level, so I don't think Willow should have that much of an upper hand over Statlander.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't tell you guys. Apparently, I just saw this. Apparently, Willow is going to defend the CMLL title against Zeuxis, I think her name is. She like showed up one time on Dynamite to face Mercedes, I think, before
Okay.
the match with Stephanie.
Zeuxis, okay. Where's she from?
CMLL.
CMLL?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, so Willow's defending on, I think, at CMLL 91 anniversary. I guess that's, I saw it's like on September 13th. So I don't know what's going on there, but.
Okay.
Is that the woman who came out with Stephanie Vacour?
I think so.
Okay, yeah, I know her.
I don't remember. Let's see. Before I get to my pick, Adam Uber says Willow wins and enters a longer feud with Mariah May. None of us said that.
Good work.
I could see it happening. I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know. I don't know. You might be right.
It might be early though.
Might be right. Yeah, in a couple weeks. I mean, I think this feud is not over.
Yeah.
Not even after this match. I don't think it's over.
Yeah.
They do need like a baby face for Mariah to like
definitely
focus on, especially since Toni Storm said she wants her rematch in Australia, which isn't until February of 2025.
I did not hear that. Okay.
Yeah, it was on the news that we didn't report because we ran out of time.
Right.
I thought Tony was what's it called? I think on Twitter they showed Tony was like calling out Wendy Richter.
Yeah.
I love that.
That was funny. Hey, wait, is Wendy Richter, was she Australian?
I guess so, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought she just loved Wendy Richter since she was like in the first WrestleMania.
Or,
was like one of the only females.
Maybe she.
Of course, I knew that. She had Cyndi Lauper in her corner.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, maybe it's just special to Tony because. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't know what's going on there. Maybe it's just
like the most historic female wrestler.
Who?
Wendy Richter.
No, the most historic.
Well, China maybe.
The Fabulous Moolah.
I don't count her.
Was world champion for several decades.
Yeah.
So
she's talking about in the time of television.
In the time of television, she was on television for decades.
Was she the one that gave birth to a hand?
And that was Mae Young.
Oh, okay. I mixed them
that
up
was
all the
Mae
time.
Young.
That was her friend Mae Young, who was also a very big women's wrestler.
There's a dark side of the ring on Fabulous Moolah that does not make her look very good.
Well, they say she was allegedly a rapist. Yeah, they do.
Well, more like a madam.
No, they talk. There's some tales on there, and maybe it's not on Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah, it's not.
But there are definitely tales out there that say she was a rapist. I mean, yes, a woman can rape a woman. Yes. So RBO65 says Takeshita was getting babyface reactions during the G1. Yeah, definitely. I don't know if that's the way AEW will go, but yeah, for sure. It was. And also says CMLL is more old school and more sport oriented, which means the title cannot change hands over a stipulation like a street fight.
Oh, so it's not just a street fight; it's any stipulation. That's really good to know.
That's interesting. Steven
Yeah.
Chambers, what's up?
Hey, dude.
And my prediction on this one, yeah, I had the same prediction when I thought it was a title match, and I didn't change it. Yeah, like Wolf said, there's no way Statlander should lose this match. It would just totally, nerf her character.
Yeah.
And Willow already has a lot of goodwill, and she will keep all that goodwill if she loses this. So yeah, Chris Statlander, bless you, Chris Statlander wins the Chicago Street Fight. Obviously, I think with some cheating from Stokely Hathaway,
I love
Yeah.
that.
and they continued the feud over the CMLL title. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we all say
Wait, so did you
Statlander.
Did you say you had Statlander before you knew it wasn't for the title?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you were giving Statlander the title.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a
Interesting.
bold move. I would not have done that.
No. But it's not now. So
Yeah.
all right. Next, AEW World Tag Team Title match. This is interesting. Just made last night on Dynamite. The Young Bucks of the Elite, of course, defending their titles against 2/3 of the World Trios champions, representing the Blackpool Combat Club.
Which still exists.
Right, still exists.
Well, it does.
Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta get the title shot. So this one just out of nowhere.
Mhm.
And then real quick, yeah, Steven Chambers says Statlander wins. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Statlander wins for sure.
Mhm.
But all right, tag title match. Wolf, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I wish the Bucks would drop the titles, but I know where they're going with this. Therefore, and still tag team champions, the Young Bucks.
Where do you think they're? You said you know where you think where they're.
Omega and
You know where
Ibushi.
they're going with this. Where do you think they're going?
Omega and Ibushi take
Oh
it.
right, well we just said 5 minutes
I
ago. Yeah.
convinced him of that because before he thought it was going to be Omega and Okada. So I swayed the man who has the script's mind, which I'm very proud of.
So Steven Chambers says Bucks retain. Kay, what do you think on this one?
Bucks are retaining.
Yeah.
For the same reason Wolf said, which
Yeah.
is what I 100% think.
Yeah, and this one there's no feud to talk
Yeah.
about really. It was just they challenged. Castagnoli and Wheeler just challenged them, and
You got
Steven
nothing,
Chambers.
but
There's like a pre-made story, like not necessarily like character versus character, but like their factions are polar opposites of each other. Like
Yeah, true.
BCC is all about proving yourself in the ring, and this is what you live, eat, and breathe and die for. And the Bucks have defended their title once. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
they
That's a good call.
represent
Good
like
call.
everything that the BCC hates about wrestling, I think.
Right. Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah.
Funny thing I found out last night after Dynamite. Apparently, like during the trios match, Brian said on commentary, he was praising Kyle O'Reilly, saying that Kyle O'Reilly would be a perfect fit in the BCC. I think Taz or Excalibur said it's not too late, is it? I'm like, yes, give it to me.
Oh yeah, we gotta rewatch Dynamite.
Oh yeah.
We always end up rewatching it because we miss
We talk
some of the
about it,
matches,
yeah.
and then we miss all the commentary and all the promos, and
Yeah.
because we're always talking.
I read the subtitles, but it's hard to focus on what I'm reading.
I don't
It's
even.
talking.
Yeah, I don't even read the subtitles. So
Yeah.
Steven Chambers says no one beating the Bucks for a while. I think he's probably right. And
Unfortunately.
yeah, I picked the Bucks to retain. I could see it going the other way, but I really don't think so. I think there's a very small chance the BCC wins. So yeah, Young Bucks. So we all pick the Young Bucks to retain. Interesting.
We have
The only one we
one
disagreed
match
on, is the MJF Garcia match
thus far.
thus far. All right. Up next, AEW TBS title match.
Yep.
With Camille banned from ringside. Mercedes Moné defends her belt against former 3-time world champion Hikaru Shida.
Yep.
So let's start with Kay this time. Kay, what do you say?
There's no way in hell Mercedes is losing this match and
Really?
losing her title now.
Mm.
No, I think she's giving it for what will feel like too long, is my prediction.
Really? All right. Hikaru is the toughest and best competition she's faced in AEW so far, I think.
Oh, I'm aware. They
Yeah.
already had a match though, didn't they? On
Yes.
Dynamite?
Didn't they?
And she
Yeah, like 2
lost.
weeks ago?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I thought so.
So maybe, I mean, I didn't actually think about that part, even though I knew she had a match and that she lost. I didn't think about like, will they have her lose twice? I feel like Sheeta's been heading towards a heel turn.
Yeah.
And so I
Yeah.
don't see her beating Mercedes and still going the direction of a heel. I don't know.
Maybe she loses and like freaks out and beats up Mercedes. Oh wait, but Mercedes is a heel.
Yeah, that's
Mercedes.
what I'm
Never
saying,
mind.
yeah.
Never mind.
Well, I was thinking like if Camille's banned, this is what I always think every time someone gets banned from ringside, and I've never been right.
Okay.
But I feel like she's gonna bring out like another person to add to her CEO posse.
I thought the same thing.
And
Yeah.
she's gonna cheat to win, and that way Sheeta can save face, Mercedes can keep her belt, and she can expand her world beyond just one other person.
I don't know. She's undefeated. Monet and Camille is undefeated. Also, do they really need someone to go and kind of be in their
I
spotlight,
don't know
in
who's
their
fit
shadow in a
even.
group?
I mean, Private Party seemed like they wanted to get down with that, and so I could see them coming and interfering on her behalf to try and woo her.
Private Party and Camille and Monet.
Yeah, or like just Private Party chasing after Monet
Okay, I got you.
to like emphasize her appeal to men.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
I like that. I like
Yeah,
that.
I wasn't thinking like
Yeah.
a female necessarily.
Yeah, I got you.
I mean,
Steven,
thing
real
is-
quick. Steven says, unfortunately, Mercedes retains, shaping up Sheeta heel turn after losing to Mercedes. I think definitely, yeah.
I definitely don't.
The Wolf,
I
yeah.
definitely don't see Sheeta. If Sheeta would win, she would go heel. Definitely not. Just because, especially since if she wins, she would be the first woman to hold both the women's world title and the TBS title in her career. That would feel like a face kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. That's a really good call.
Yeah. So I don't know then. Sheeta has less chance to win than Jack Perry. No.
That's what Adam said there, yeah.
No.
Yeah. I could see Sheeta winning. I could see Jack Perry winning, but it's like 1%. Sheeta,
Yeah.
I would give like 10%.
Yeah. I don't think Sheeta needs the title. And if they want to do a heel turn for Sheeta, it would work having her lose. In terms of like expanding Mercedes faction, I really don't know like who would fit in that kind of faction. I mean, maybe Private Party could work, but I don't know.
They would fit very well, I think, now that Kay
Yeah, they would
up.
fit, but I don't know.
And it would mean there was another reason that they wasted time in our lives by making us watch that stupid promo with Private Party, Mercedes, and Okada.
In the fake bar.
In the fake bar. That was like the biggest waste of my life.
Where she said, not sayonara, she said, what'd she say? Saranara. She said, the whole thing was a setup for her to say sayonara, bitches. But she said, Saranara, bitches.
Yeah.
It kind of fell flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which she lived in Japan. She doesn't know sayonara?
I don't know. Everybody messes up, you know.
That's true.
I mean, there's one female they could like try putting in just to give her something to do, because she is cleared to compete, and that's Mrs. Guevara.
Yeah, it's
Tamelo. Mm-hmm. I don't know what else like she would do, honestly.
That was the injury update for this week that we didn't get to.
Timelo is cleared. Okay.
Yes, Timelo is cleared. Cool. Yeah, but I don't know when she'll come back. Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Well, Anna Jay also just finished in Stardom, so she's gonna need something to do, and she said that she feels like she's learned so much from being over there, which I can imagine. Yeah,
that's good. She was improving here. I used to think she was dreadful and she was improving here in the U.S. before she
Yeah.
left. So we'll see.
Mhm.
We'll see.
Alright.
So I don't know
Yeah,
if I officially said my pick. I
yeah,
picked Mercedes
okay.
Moné to retain.
Mercedes.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here.
Yeah, I'm with Steven Chambers on that.
He says, "Give me
Hater
Hater versus Mercedes."
Yeah.
That would be a good
I think
match.
that when she eventually drops the belt, that's who she's going to drop the belt to, and Hater's going to be the first woman with both titles.
I think that's a good. Yeah, I think you're probably right. Actually, yeah.
I think Thunder is gonna be Thunder Rosa.
Okay, she's cool. She's one of my favorites, if not my, if probably my favorite in the women's division. Actually,
Over Tony Storm.
yeah, I think so. Those are my two favorites in the
I
women's
would
division.
take a bullet for Thunder Rosa, but I still loved her more.
Yeah, all right,
Yeah.
all right.
Her character is
Her character's
just like,
fantastic. I think Rosa's better in the ring, but
she is now that she's gotten back into the groove for sure. Yeah.
But yeah, give me Hater versus Mercedes. Yeah, that'd be good. You know, I
That would
think
be
if they
good.
give them some time, I think Monet and Sheeta could be really good. We didn't
Yeah.
really see it in their match like 2 or 3 weeks ago, but it could be really good if they give them time on
It was
Saturday.
pretty decent on Dynamite. I think a pay-per-view match would also make it very good.
I think this match is going to be really good just because I feel like Mercedes is going to bring everything she got after the lackluster all-in match.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, and the thing is, especially since she doesn't have to worry about a conflicting style that Britt had, because I would say Sheeta is like just as fast-paced as Mercedes. I would say like Sheeta is definitely good enough to adapt to Mercedes easily,
Yeah.
and just make it look incredible. I thought the match they had on Dynamite was great. I think it'll be even better at All Out.
Yeah. I hope it's good. Yeah, that Monet and Baker match. Yeah, I don't know.
It was fine.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that, but it looked to be Baker's.
We got it once. We never have to see it ever again.
Say what? We're not going to
We
see
got
it
it
again?
once. We never have to see it ever again.
Yeah, I don't think we will. I think you're right about that.
We'll see it again because you buy all the DVDs and then we watch.
Yes, we have every Blu-ray AEW has ever put out. Very, very proud of that. Because they don't like keep them up for sale. They print them, and that shit's if they sell them, it's done.
Mhm.
They've only reprinted like a couple of shows. Most of them they sell out and it's gone. So you got to get those when you see them. Physical media, fire, yeah.
Oh.
If only you saw our house, yeah.
Yes, we have quite a large amount of physical.
Right, because digital media, it can get fucking taken away. There could be like a damn sunspot in your digital media gets taken away. You know, who knows?
Later. Well, if Britt's gonna be at All Out, I feel like she'll have a 0-hour match.
Oh, that would. I don't think she would do that.
I also don't think she would do that.
I feel like she would.
It's either she has a 0-hour or she's not on the card.
Yeah, I don't think she's gonna be on the card. Yeah, I wonder.
More
And I wonder how
likely.
she feels about that. I don't know.
I think she's gonna be.
I mean, there's nothing really for her.
Refined herself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Oh wait, she and Adam Cole broke up, right?
That's the rumor.
Okay, because I was gonna say maybe she'll come back again once he's back, or is he? Who do we think there? There has to be, with the like insane amount of people we thought were going to show up at All In.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like better, you know.
Yeah.
There have to be people showing up at All Out.
Yeah, we haven't discussed that at all.
Yeah.
Fuck, who knows? Adam Cole. Jay White has a big.
Today,
But
I
none
mean,
of them
today
have a match.
was.
The Guns and the Bang Bang Gang don't have a match.
We can show up and start a feud with someone, you know.
Yeah, or maybe they'll have a
Bang
match.
Bang Gang could get a 0-hour match.
Mhm.
And have Jay White return on the 0 hour. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, All Out today is 3 years from the day that what's it called? All Out 2021 happened, where we got both Brian and Adam debuting.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Like
about
10 minutes from each other. Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
That was crazy.
that was such a good way to do it. Like, I know some people, like wrestlers, don't like the idea of someone else showing up when they have like their big return or their big first appearance. But to get like 2 surprises back to back like that,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah. Back then we didn't buy the pay-per-views. We didn't start buying those till like what 2022. Yeah,
I mean, like what live? You mean?
pay-per-views live.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2021.
Yeah. I don't. I would have to go back and look. I don't remember.
21 or 22,
Yeah.
but we didn't get all out. I know that much.
Yeah.
That you're talking about, and yeah, I read it the next day, and Adam Cole and Brian Danielson. I was like, holy shit,
Yeah.
that was that was one of
They
the biggest nights
presented
for
it in a
AEW.
really good way because they made it seem like Kenny and Adam were gonna have issues because back in the old days of Ring of Honor, I think Kenny kicked out Adam from Bullet Club, and the Bucks and Omega turned on Adam. So they presented it like Adam was gonna like he remembered that. It's like I didn't forget, and then just suddenly it's Jack Perry. I think was the person because I think they were feuding with Jack Perry, Luchasaurus, and Christian.
And Adam Cole is a great wrestler. Don't get me wrong, but that motherfucker needs to pick up a weight every once in a while. I mean, his arms look like mine.
Eat a sandwich.
Yeah, eat a sandwich and lift a fucking weight every once in a while. Stephen Chambers says Miro maybe showing back up.
That'd
Okay.
be awesome.
Good work. Yeah.
Also says Wardlow. I don't know. I think he might be done.
Yeah.
He's out. He's gone.
Yeah. Adam says Becky Lynch on Saturday, right?
No, it's
I
not
don't know.
happening.
And Steven says someone give that lady a tissue. What lady? Are you talking about Kay?
I have no idea.
I don't know what that means. I don't know.
Is it because I keep sneezing?
Kay is sneezing a lot.
Yeah, I got allergy shots today.
It should make you not sneeze.
Well, that's true, except I spent all day being 1 week away from my last set of allergy shots,
Right.
so I've been sneezing all day.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, Becky Lynch. I don't know. Wardlow, no way. Miro, maybe. That would be awesome. Miro's great.
Mero.
He would be big for them if they do it right. He could be obviously could be a big star for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see Miro.
Yeah.
If every time he's been on AEW, I think he's been entertaining. Honestly, even when they were doing that weird, cuckold angle with his wife,
And Andrade?
and Andrade, who is no longer his wife now. So maybe he can just concentrate on wrestling now. Maybe.
Yeah.
So who knows? All right, what do we got next? We've all agreed on the last 1, 2, 3, 4. We've all had the same pick. The only one we differed on was MJF and Daniel Garcia.
Yes, we have. I think 3 matches left.
3 left here. Yep.
Yeah.
So next, we'll say AEW International Title match. The champion, the 2-time international champion, Will Ospreay, probably the best wrestler in the world, I'd say, takes on Pac, 1/3 of the World Trios champs, and was the World Trios champs with the Lucha Brothers several years ago, also, of course.
And was the inaugural international champion when it was first called the All Atlantic Championship.
Very good call. Yes, he was.
And he also held the Trios champions while holding that
Yes.
All Atlantic title.
Thank you. Everybody's got Pac facts.
Yeah.
But this, I think, will be the match of the night. I will be shocked if this is not the match of the night.
I think this is going to be one of the best matches in AEW history.
I agree 100%. Yep.
This is a match that I think is going to steal the show. It's going to make AEW look so much better just because of how good Ospreay is, how good Pac is. Because Ospreay himself has said Pac he's inspired by people like Ricochet and Pac. So Pac is one of those people that Ospreay has massive respect for, massive admiration for. So I think, Pac is going to do wonderfully with Ospreay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree with everything you said. Well, so who's winning? Who's winning then? Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Kay said before we talk about who's
Sorry,
winning.
I realized I was yelling from the other room.
Yeah, she's yelling from the other room.
Because you made me go get coffee for him.
She said, "Why don't they have a Ricochet match?" Which is a really fucking good question.
Yeah.
Why don't they
I
have a
don't know.
Ricochet match?
Maybe
known
they
for
want
asking
to
questions.
wait. Maybe they don't want to do things. Maybe they want to.
Fuck that! Get in there and wrestle.
No, what I want is I want on Collision. Oh wait, okay, yeah, Collision's tomorrow. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Maybe
On
they have
Collision, I want them to
Ricochet.
be like backstage. You see Ricochet, the camera's like following around. He runs into Hologram, and he's like, "I like your shit. Let's do it." Like,
Okay.
and then add a Ricochet versus Hologram match to the card.
I'm with that.
Because like you need no story.
Yep.
So let's just watch the magic happen.
I'm
I
with
could
that.
see maybe Ricochet. Maybe like Pac tries like hurting Osprey or something. And then Ricochet like stops him from doing that.
Yeah, I can see that. But one more thing about Ricochet and Hologram. The only thing is, they're both like brand new baby faces for AEW.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they want to turn the fans against one or the other, or either.
No. This is a match.
I get it.
This is like the Kenny Omega Will Ospreay match, like where you're just in love with both of them.
Yeah.
And you don't care who wins. You just want your mind to be blown. And at the end, like they can hug it out or whatever, or like shake hands and be like, "Damn, you're awesome. That was fantastic.
Yeah,
that was super fun."
Then you make it just very clear. But see, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if they're building both these guys heat in the company.
Mhm.
I don't know if they want to,
Right.
kind of stop. If you do face versus face, you stop the build, and as opposed to face versus heel, you get more
I
heat.
think they're
I don't know if
still
they
in
want to
the
stop them right now.
introductory phase of Ricochet, and they don't want to just suddenly throw like a big time match like before like AEW fans know what Ricochet can offer to the company, and they show him. Hobbs is not back yet. He was backstage at Dynamite.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know that.
So yeah, Hobbs versus Ricochet could work.
So
maybe.
real quick, some comments. I'm sorry, Wolf. We'll get back to your thought. Steven says going to be a great match. Ospreay versus Pac. Ospreay retains. Match of the night. We'll see. Match of the night. I think definitely. Steven also said triple threat: Ospreay, Pac, and Ricochet. Definitely at some point. I would love that.
Mm-hmm.
And Steven guessed probably Ricochet probably in the 0 hour against Commander. I could see them doing that, but like Kay said, do fucking Ricochet and Hologram. Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Wolf, what were you saying?
I could see Ricochet being in 0 hour just because since Ricochet doesn't necessarily have a story for him right now, it would be easier to just put him in 0 hour, have like a great match on 0 hour. Like that's your like big match for 0 hour.
Yeah.
Ricochet versus Commander or Hologram or whoever. Hell, maybe if they could bring back Vikingo, they could do Ricochet Vikingo.
Oh my god! Oh my lord!
Wait, is he fully cleared?
Vikingo?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I feel like he is.
I know he challenged
Alberto
Del Rio for the AAA Mega Championship, but it was like at a future date, so I didn't know if it was like.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Vikingo.
I follow him on Instagram. He posts on there a lot.
Mortos, another name. Yeah, maybe they could do Mortos, but like I don't know. I don't think because like Mortos so far has been booked like a total jobber. Unfortunately,
trios matches.
He's won a couple trios matches, yeah. Which is fucked up because Mortos is one of my.
I do not think he has won even trios match. He's not won a single match.
I think he's won at least one trios match. I think
I don't remember him.
I got some notes on the look.
Well, we could look it up on Cage Match, right?
Oh, that'll be faster than flipping through my notebook.
Yeah. Mortos deserves better. I'm with Adam. Mortos is one of my like top 10 favorite AEW people. Definitely. Wolf left. He's outraged. But for real, these Mortos. No, he's back. the Beast Mordos is so good, and not just that, but he makes other guys look really good too, because he's so strong. He can be the anchor for all these crazy high flying spinning moves that they got, and then he's fast enough too to be able to do his own cool spinning around moves and shit. I mean,
Yeah, his
that guy's great. He's fantastic.
his corkscrew through the top and middle rope that he does to the outside.
Tornado, I believe it's called.
Okay, well that's so awesome.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, shouldn't it seems like he shouldn't be able to do it. Yeah, that's the thing is Mordos does things where you're just like, wow, I can't believe somebody that big did that.
Mortos has he won one singular so far I'm seeing two singles matches in Ring of Honor.
Oh, okay.
Against Commander and AR Fox.
Okay. AR Fox was alive. Okay, that's good to know.
But yeah, those are on Ring of Honor. In AEW. Nothing.
Yeah, yes, on Dynamite, Roderick Strong, Roosh, and the Beast Mortis defeated the conglomeration on 7/31/24. Bam! I knew it.
I knew he won one match. Yeah, I knew he won a trios match.
Wait, what was the match?
It was Roderick Strong, Roosh, and the Beast Mortos against the conglomeration with Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, and Tomohiro Ishii. It lasted 11 minutes and 18 seconds in Greenville, South Carolina.
There you go. July 31st, Mortos.
Oh.
That's his only win in AEW?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. Give him a push. Give this guy a fucking push. What are we doing? If this guy doesn't get a push, what are we doing, Tony Khan?
He got a world title match in ROH.
I'm not talking about Ring of Honor. This is an AEW podcast. I like Ring of Honor too, but we're not here to talk about Ring of Honor.
I'm just saying he's getting title opportunities.
Okay, I mean, that's cool. All right.
Okay.
I mean, that's cool. A Ring of Honor title opportunity. Fuck, give the guy the goddamn Ring of Honor title. Give him like 3 Ring of Honor titles. How many do they have over there? 6, 7?
Singles titles?
Yeah, I don't know. What they do? Tag team, trios.
Singles titles. They have 3 male singles titles.
What they have?
World,
TV,
and Pure.
Pure. Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. I would not give him the Pure.
Give him all 3 of those.
No, he doesn't need the Pure.
Give him all 3 of those.
He's not like a submission mat wrestler.
Make him tag up with somebody and get that too. 4 belts for Mortos and Ring of Honor. That's what I call for. Him and Hologram should spearhead Collision at least. RBO65 says, yeah. And they did, I mean, together, if y'all are out there, if you've not seen that Mortos versus Hologram match, check it out. Hologram is amazing. He's tremendous. One of the best in the world right now, I believe. One of the 5 best wrestlers in the world. But Mortos, like I said, no slouch. He hangs right with Hologram, and he does some outstanding stuff too. It's a great match.
If you missed it, it is on AEW Collision number 55 from 7/27.
Thank you. And all these records and stuff very soon are going to be up on our website, www.nobonesabout.com. We're going to have all the AEW title histories, and we're going to keep them updated. And we're going to have all the records from the AEW pay-per-views, like all the matches, winners and losers, and as well as the big shows, like, when they say, Fyter Fest or
Winter's Coming.
What else do they do? All the special episodes.
I don't know. I have the list right here.
I know. I can't think. There's
Battle of the Belts.
Oh, that's stuff.
Royal Rampage. Those are just some of the 2024 ones.
Yeah. So all the pay-per-views, all the big shows, all the big shows. Yeah.
Or Beach Break. I'm sorry.
Beach Break. I mean, right.
The anniversary episodes.
All right. We're gonna have all that on nobonesabout.com very soon. Hopefully,
I can do it tonight.
Late tonight, I think it'll be up. Awesome. And we're going to keep that stuff updated, and it's not as easy to find as you would think online.
Yeah. It's easy to find, but not all in one place.
Right.
Unless you're using Wikipedia, but I don't trust them.
No.
I had some friends that edited Wikipedia to include information about Evercheese, which was a cheese they made up that never went bad. And it was on there for quite some time before someone re-edited it and removed the false information. That's the
funny.
story I tell my students every year so that they know not to use Wikipedia.
That's a great example.
Yes, yeah.
Not to use Wikipedia for anything, honestly, because any idiot can go in there and put whatever they want.
Shout out to Rusty and Joe and their Evercheese.
And I know there's editing and this and that, and there's like super editors, fuck all that. Who cares? Any idiot can go in there. I could go in there right now and put whatever I want. Might only be there for 10 seconds, but it'll be there. But yeah, back to RBO65 and what we're saying. 4 Ring of Honor belts for Mortos. I call for it. World title, pure title, TV title, tag team title. Put him in hologram on Ring of Honor. I want to see Mortos just draped in title belts coming out.
No, I liked that idea. I looked up his name so I could give him credit, and now I forgot what it is. Some dude on Facebook in the AEW, one of the many AEW groups I belong to on there, suggested that Beast Mortos team with Luchasaurus.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's a great suggestion, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah. Well, and that brings up a question. Is he Luchasaurus again? Is he gonna no?
He's skill switched still.
He was Luchasaurus for 40 seconds?
Yeah, to fake us all out that he was finally back to the way he should be, the way God made him. Only to not turn on Christian and put Christian's body on top of whoever it was that got pinned.
Yeah. So is he's still on the roster as Kill Switch?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just
curious. I'll double check. I didn't look, but I would be shocked if he was.
Well, because they introduced him as Luchasaurus and he got his video and then he came back and they never said, all right, he's not Luchasaurus anymore.
Yeah, it was to trick us.
Okay, I'm curious.
I think they thought you would figure out the trick when.
Well, I got it. I got the trick, but
yeah.
I'm just bringing up the question of his name.
Y'all, I popped so big for Luchasaurus.
Yes, you did. Yeah, that's true.
It's been something I've been dreaming about, and then it happened. And then when he went to put Christian in his choke slam, I was like, yeah! I saw Lisa immediately be like, no. Yeah. I just toy with my emotions.
That'll be a fun match. When and if and when it ever happens, Luchasaurus and Christian.
Drolistico is still on this roster.
Oh, that's
talking
awesome.
About good luchadors.
Yeah, great luchador.
Yeah,
fantastic. All right, let's move on. But I'm sure Wolf will be back very soon with us. Oh wait, did we make our picks on that match? I don't think we did. The international title. We got talking about all this other shit. Who's your pick? International title match. Ospreay versus Pac.
My pick is Ospreay.
Ospreay.
I'm no fool.
So you think no way? No way Pac wins?
I think there is a 6% chance that Pac wins.
I'm gonna say Ospreay too. I think this is gonna be, like Wolf said, I think this will be one of the best AEW matches of all time. For real, one of the top 5 matches we've seen in AEW. I really do. Both these guys are tremendous. They're world class. They're both going to bring it, and I think it's going to be amazing. And I don't think I'm going to be wrong either, or Wolf. I don't think we're going to be wrong about that. Yeah. It's going to be a tremendous match. And if they didn't have a cage match, this should be the main event, because of how good it's going to be. But we'll see. But I pick Ospreay to keep the belt. They're still building him, to be big star, as if he isn't already. And yeah, they're not taking the international belt off him after he just reclaimed it and reclaimed the name. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is the kind of guy you want to have that belt, the international title, because he can and will fly to Mexico, defend it in Arena de Mexico. He'll fly back to England, defend it at Rev Pro. He'll fly to Japan, maybe go back to see his buddies at New Japan. Mm-hmm. My point is he'll fly all around the world and defend it. And that is what we thought the international title was going to be when it was first called the international title.
And when Moxley got it, we thought that was why they gave it to Moxley, but then he got injured.
Yeah, I think that was the intention with Moxley. All right, he got injured. Let me see.
While you're looking
Eric Tate, how come this is not a Sunday pay-per-view? So
we're talking about this.
Yeah, football season. That's the short answer, right? So if a lot of the time the AEW pay-per-views are Sunday, but when NFL season starts, as it starts tonight, probably on right now. But don't change the channel or anything. Don't go watch
We're
that.
better than football.
Yeah. But the NFL starts back, and see the Khan family. They own the Jacksonville Jaguars. So when football season is in, they put the pay-per-views on Saturday so they don't compete with the NFL. So
Right.
that's what's up.
Fun fact that I learned from, I don't know, whatever AEW show I was watching at the time. What's his name?
Mason
Madden. He is a former Jacksonville Jaguar, so he worked for Tony Khan's father before he worked for Tony Khan.
That's the first time that's happened.
Yes. Yeah.
So Wolf, did we get an official pick for Osprey versus Pac?
I don't think I gave mine. I'm picking Osprey. That like, I think Osprey, because Pac is already champion. Right now, a champion right now. He doesn't really need the international title. Plus, I think they're not done having Osprey elevate the title. Pun intended.
Exactly. Yeah, that's just what I was saying while you were gone.
Yeah, so I think, and obviously, I think the eventual plan is for Osprey and Ricochet to have the match for the international title, probably at Wrestle Dream.
So face versus face.
Probably. They could just have Ricochet win a number one contenders match or something.
Yeah.
No, y'all poo-pooed my hologram and Ricochet match because they're babyface and babyface. Yeah, you were like babyface and babyface will take away their heat.
I was just explaining why it's not going to happen.
I
would love for it to happen.
I mean,
I would explain why it's not.
They can go ballsy and have Ricochet turn heel.
No.
I think it would be interesting.
That wouldn't be ballsy. That would just be stupid.
That would be stupid.
No, because I think it would be interesting for Ricochet to explore a heel turn, like a heel run.
Not now.
But I don't know.
Now is not the time. Get him
Maybe
big and get
not
some
the time,
fucking fans' eyes on the product.
So speaking of heel runs, I looked up the AEW roster, and Luchasaurus is listed as Kill Switch.
Okay, thank you. All right. Steven says Pac may bring back the ring bell as a weapon. It would be tough, but yeah, Osprey's still gonna win this match. I see no way for Pac.
Yeah.
So let's see. We've all agreed.
Pac could bring back the ring bell as a weapon, and then Ricochet could probably stop Pac from using it or something.
So looking at the roster page made me think of someone else that might be cleared at this point. We just haven't heard in forever. Is Keith Lee.
Oh,
especially with like the Hangman and Swerve match happening.
Interesting.
Like if he came and interfered, like on behalf, like somehow got into the cage or passed Adam Page weapons, like he could reignite the feud with Swerve fairly easily doing that, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if they're done with Keith Lee.
Keith Lee has been injured. I think he also had like COVID. Like it was like an injury plus COVID plus it was just very like he was not healthy.
Are you talking about in December?
Whenever he was gone, just what I've heard.
World's End he was supposed to have a match and they had to pull him at the last minute because
he hasn't been like all this time. He's been like not healthy. That's why he's been gone.
That's why I thought like maybe by now this is like 7 months later, 8 months later,
9 months later, 8.5.
9 months. I don't know what month.
8.5.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, Adam says Lee is so done, which man, it's kind of the way I feel. When you said Keith Lee, it felt like you were talking about a ghost.
Yeah. Well, even when he was actively wrestling in the company, I felt like he was so done at that point still. Like he just was not bringing anything valuable to the table.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe he's just not as energetic as he once was. Maybe burned himself out too early in life.
Man, people love him. I don't see it. I mean, from what I've ever seen, seems like he would be a really fun guy in the independent scene, and that's not a knock on him. That's just what I.
Well, I think people loved him because what's it called? WWE tried to present him like actually big. they had Keith Lee fight like Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. Like they put him up against top guys, and he like hung with them. So I don't know. Maybe he burned himself out to eat early in life, but
So here, Jeff Pijari, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, said, "Hi, I just subscribed from North Carolina."
Oh, awesome.
Can I give you
That's
my
our
predictions?
homeland.
Yeah, do it. Go for it, Jeff. That's what we're doing here tonight.
Where in North Carolina are you? We're in Winston-Salem.
Yeah, we're Winston-Salem.
Except for Wolf, who's like all the way up there in
Is it Pigari? Pijari?
You
Piagari?
can always just call him Jeff.
I'm just curious. I've never heard that name before. Anyways,
Anyway,
aside from Jeff,
but
we
yeah,
got two matches left. Yeah, we got two matches left. Well, first, I want to know what Stephen Chambers says didn't stop Lee at the WWE Hall of Fame. I don't know what that means.
I don't remember. Probably something
Okay.
else. I mean, maybe he just showed up. Because yeah, I think at the Hall of Fame he did show up with Michin, his wife, Mia Yim, his wife.
Okay.
Is that a wrestler?
Yes,
Okay.
Mia Yim is a wrestler. She was mostly in NXT. She went to TNA for a time, and yeah.
So wait, Jeff, you said Greensboro, then you said Burlington. Which one?
They're right next to each other. What are you asking that for? That's like,
Oh, I mean, okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I had a friend that
I
lived
guess he
in
lives in Burlington and says Greensboro.
Yeah,
Is that
that's
what's up?
what most people that live in Burlington do.
Both. All right.
Oh,
Interesting. Okay. He says, "I love Sting." Hey, us too, man.
yeah.
We were actually Kay and I were at his final match, and that was awesome. I'll never forget it. It was the best
Mhm.
wrestling show I've ever been to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great send off for Sting.
Mhm.
Definitely. And coming up in the next few weeks, if you like Sting, we're going to be doing some retro watch-alongs of WCW Halloween Havoc. And hopefully maybe Wolf will join us on those. You're invited if you'd like to.
Yeah, our friend Dylan from Last Week in Wrestling said that he's going to try and make it also.
Awesome.
Which
Yeah.
would be awesome.
So yeah, every year we do Halloween Havoc and we do retro watch-alongs. Go back, look at last year, and enjoy some of those if you want. You know, we do them in time with the WWE Network. So we say, let's all start
Peacock.
it. 3, 2, 1, now. Yeah, with Peacock.
Yeah.
So that's how you do it with so you can be watching it with us. But yeah, that's coming soon. There'll be an announcement on X, and that's gonna start very soon.
And this year, I'm insisting we also do horror movies that feature wrestlers as actors.
I
and
think
so
we're gonna do that a
we're gonna
little.
add that to it.
Yeah, I think a little too.
Yeah.
Faz B, we need Hogan. What? Jeff Pajari, my birthday is 9/11. That sucks, Jeff.
Oh man.
Stephen Chambers, no, Faz. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're about Hogan. Adam, I gotta subscribe to the YouTube. Yes, you do. Everybody,
yeah.
subscribe to the YouTube. We're doing a lot this week. We're doing this, obviously. We're doing a watch along of Collision tomorrow night. We're doing a watch along of pay per view Saturday, and then our what?
Rampage.
Yeah, Collision and Rampage, and then we're doing.
I don't know. I've from what I've seen,
Oh.
I don't think I've seen Rampage like at all this week. Like there's like no like announcements for like matches or anything. So I don't know if they're even having Rampage this week.
They said on Dynamite they were. They said they put up the time for Collision and they put up the time for Rampage.
No.
The
okay.
Rampage is happening, yes, at 10.
Okay.
And Jeff asked a very important question. What time will those be starting? So tomorrow night, the Collision and Rampage watch-along starts 5 minutes before the show starts. We start at 7:55 p.m. The pay-per-view watch-along will start right before the 0 hour starts. So we're going to start at 6:25 p.m.
So is Rampage after?
Wait, Wolf. I got one more thing to say. And then our weekly show, our weekly podcast with myself and Kay Fabulous. We talk about everything that happens in AEW that week. This week we'll be focusing on the All Out pay-per-view, of course. That is every Tuesday at 7. Every Tuesday at 7, AEW Weekly. So there you go, Jeff. And I'm going to post all that I just said. I'm going to post it on X, like right after we're done with this special.
You should also
So, Wolf, what were you saying? I will.
So is Rampage after Collision
Yes.
or
Right after. Yep, right after.
Oh, interesting.
Let me see. Let me get some more here before we get on with it. Wonder Mox versus Darby ad for All Out or wait until Dynamite. I don't feel like that's going to be on All
Yeah, I
Out.
don't
I
think
feel
it's
like,
gonna be all out either.
yeah, Dynamite.
It would be
I
too
don't know.
rushed because like we're still like we've had no progress in the story of like why the fuck does he want to talk to Darby, and there are no more dynamites before the pay per view at this point, and so I feel like there's not enough time. Even if he shows up on Collision, like for the next day, I feel like that's too rushed for what looks like they're like building to be possibly a big feud or a big fucking whatever. Who knows?
Yeah.
Moxley's too vague.
So, Jeff, what about TNA? We don't watch TNA. Nothing against it. We don't watch it. Jeff says Raw. We don't watch WWE.
Yeah.
We watch AEW. We watch everything AEW. We watch the Ring of Honor pay-per-views, and we watch old wrestling.
Yeah.
And that's how we do it. Steven says get 2 TVs ready for tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. Just I don't know. Have us on a different box. Watch us on your phone. You can watch us on X or YouTube on your
Oh,
phone.
I thought he meant for SmackDown.
Adam says, "Oh,
Collision.
yeah. Oh, I see.
Collision's going up against SmackDown.
Yeah, Collision,
Right.
SmackDown,
Well,
us,
kind
and
of.
the NFL.
SmackDown is what's it called? Starting earlier, I think.
Oh,
I think it's starting at like 6.
no, that I saw that. That was because of the time.
Oh, I don't know.
What?
Because they're in a different time zone. I saw the ad he's talking about.
Oh, they're in a different time zone. Okay.
Because they're in a different time zone. That's where that ad came
So
from.
that's
Yeah, Adam, our podcast is on Spotify. It's AEW Weekly, or you can search No Bones About Wrestling, and you'll get it either way. Also on Apple Podcasts, basically anywhere you can find podcasts.
Yeah.
And I also post the audio from this show, like from our predictions shows.
Yeah, and Adam also like we said, all those our big podcasts we do now is AEW Weekly. We do that every week, obviously. Well, most weeks, obviously. And as Kay said, we also do Ring of Honor pay-per-views. We used to watch WWE. You got to go back a couple of years if you want to hear that stuff. And as I said, we watch retro wrestling as well, and you can still do all those watch-alongs, WCW and WWF. You can do all those watch-alongs, even though it's not live. Like I said, just start us playing, get your WWE network ready, and we do a countdown, and then you press play, and then we're right there with you.
We did a Starcade too, didn't we? Like an NWA show?
Yeah, NWA. We did one NWA show, old NWA, I mean. So yeah, and podcasts are on, like Kay said, everywhere. Yeah. No Bones About Wrestling or AEW Weekly is the name of our weekly podcast.
And is it Jeff that's in North Carolina?
No, that was yes.
Yeah. We also cover AML, which I don't know if you know them, Jeff, but you should check them out. They are our local indie wrestling. We have, I think, 1 or 2 podcast reviews of their like live shows.
Yeah, we need to do that again, but do it differently. Let's see. Got a bunch of comments before we move on. Kind of weak promo from Max. I feel what you're saying. I didn't hear it all last night. We always go back and watch.
Mox.
From Mox. I'm sorry, I can't read.
Yeah, I was like, what Max? But Mox.
I don't know. I think it got done what he wanted. I don't know where he's going at all.
I'll say I appreciated that it didn't sound like every other Moxley promo that I've ever heard. Like, as if you watch, you'll soon learn. I'm not a huge Moxley fan. And part of that is because all of his promos are exactly the same. And I feel like this was finally, at least vocally, a deviation from where he normally was. I feel like it was pointless because he didn't tell us any new information. But at the same time, like, it wasn't just him like brooding and pacing back and forth in the dark and in the stairwell, and so and like getting real angry. And so yeah, I appreciated that it was finally something different after like 4 years, 5 years, or whatever.
Yeah, like I said, I don't agree that it was weak. It was different, definitely. But yeah, I thought it was fine. Eric, do you think Jerry the King will ever be in AEW? Never say never. Never say never.
I think he's done. I think he's just gonna stay home and.
Well,
he's gonna be at WrestleCade. Thanksgiving weekend here in Winston-Salem.
Yeah, Jeff, check out WrestleCade.
But I don't know if they'll like show up on TV like ever.
Right. Yeah. I'm not sure. Yeah. Jeff, question: how can I get an autograph from a female wrestling person? Well, the easiest way is obviously to write them and ask, and usually they're going to charge you, obviously. And of course, when wrestling events come around to the area, a lot of times they'll have meet and greets. The very easiest way around here is to go to an AML show, and you might actually meet several female wrestlers. Now, they're not going to be the big stars, but nonetheless, that's an easy answer to your question. But again, for the bigger stars, wait until the shows come around here and you can meet them. And if you're in North Carolina, like Kay just mentioned, there's a huge wrestling convention at the end of November called WrestleCade. It's in Winston-Salem, and there are going to be a ton of stars, past, present, men, women. Check that out, and that'll be a lot of your favorites will be there.
There's a TNA show happening, like a pay-per-view happening that's being filmed there that weekend. So, like, a ton of TNA people will be there.
Yep.
There's a lot of
I
AEW
saw
people
like the
there.
guest
Like Tony
list
Storm's going to be
and
there.
Jordan
yeah,
Grace,
gonna-
Joe
yeah.
Hendry,
yeah.
Josh Alexander, I think. Who else?
A lot of people.
A lot of people, yeah.
A lot of people. Mox is going to ask him to join him, says Faz B. Darby will say no, and he's going to get a beat down, and then Gigi
Who's that?
and Darby versus Mox and Shafir. I don't know who Gigi is.
Dolan? No, she's in WWE. She's injured. First of all, she's
I thought
not.
she was WWE. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Well, it's because before Darby and Gigi were together, I think, and then they broke up. And
like dating together.
Yeah.
So why would I subject myself to WWE? Good question. You shouldn't. Stephen Chambers says puppies. If you're from the '90s, you will get that.
I'm from the '90s.
Stephen Chambers, bring a lot of money to WrestleCade. Yeah, good call. And TNA having a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And Jeff asking Stephen, have you ever been before? And now we're going to get on to our final two matches of All Out. Final two predictions. And again, this is all for the No Bones About Wrestling Prediction Championship belt.
I'm getting my belt back.
Which I know is the old ECW title. But now it's the Prediction Championship.
I picked it out because it looks the coolest.
Yeah, so Wolf is the current champion, but I always say, he lives in Michigan. We did not mail him the belt.
Yeah.
But he is the champion. He's been the champion for about a month and a half. So we'll see if we can dethrone him on Saturday.
I will dethrone him.
Well,
I had the belt for forever.
Well,
stole it from me.
It's going to be tough because we've agreed on.
Wow.
We've agreed on every match except MJF and Daniel Garcia.
I know, and you and Wolf agreed on it. So if we picked the other two the same, and that one match, it's impossible for you to win it, but it would be possible for me to win it.
Yeah, well, we'll see when we're done predicting here. All right. AEW World Title match. Bryan Danielson defending his belt, and not only that, but his full-time career. He has said when he loses that belt, he's going to be done with full-time wrestling.
Yeah.
And he's defending against a member of the Elite, the TNT champion, Jack Perry. The scapegoat himself.
Scapegoat, yep.
The Jungle Man. Man boy. So let's see. What do we say? Wolf, what do you say?
There's Jack, there's no reason for Jack to be world champion. I don't think he is at that level yet. He's just hasn't reached that level. He's definitely improved a little bit in the ring and on the mic, but which is crazy because I don't know why they're giving him squash matches.
Yeah.
I don't see him beating Bryan one-on-one in a pay-per-view. I don't know. Like I understand why Jack Perry's fighting Bryan at All Out, but now that it's happening, no way, Jackson.
Wait, will you explain it to me then? Because I don't understand why he's fighting him.
So at least my perspective on it is he pinned Bryan at Anarchy in the Arena to win Anarchy in the Arena at Double or Nothing.
Oh, I was thinking of Blood and Guts. Okay, gotcha.
and he beat Darby at All In, and so he's like basically the only reasonable person to cut in front of Darby, in line in front of Darby. So that's my basic perspective of it. It's silly, but it makes sense to me. Just
It's good to ask Wolf things.
Yeah.
It helps.
yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, especially when I have like zero understanding of
Yeah.
why something is
Right.
happening.
I get what
There,
you're saying.
I get what you're saying.
not
I still
on.
don't
I
agree
mean,
with it,
I
but
under
it's a good
like
decision,
yeah,
but-
people are upset about it because yeah, Jack Barry's certainly not at that level yet, and it makes no sense for him to be like normally it would make no sense for him to be the first challenger for Brian, but he beat Darby, he pinned Brian in Anarchy in the Arena, so
I wish
it
it was
worked.
Jeff Jarrett.
So I wish it were Jeff Jarrett too, but we're not gonna get that.
People would
That would be
probably
awesome.
prefer Jeff Jarrett than Jack Barry.
Oh man, that would be. I would love that.
That's what I would have done because like he helped like pump up Brian for his match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they already kind of had a match that
It was
went all over the arena
Yeah.
and at the.
We were there.
Wait, were we there for that one?
Yes.
Oh, okay, we were there.
How do you know?
Oh yeah, no, they went right by
Yeah,
us.
I remember.
We were there. Brian Danielson beat Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
Very fun match.
Mhm.
I had a point when I started talking.
Sorry.
But yeah, Kay interrupted me, so I don't know. I don't know what my point was.
I'm sorry.
So
You were talking about why Jeff Jarrett wouldn't be a good choice. I thought was what you were saying.
the one thing I was going to say, right? So yeah, Darby Allin is going to face the winner of this match 18 days after the pay-per-view. And so a lot of people, we'll get back to the pay-per-view, but a lot of people are saying, they think, I mean, people in the wrestling industry, not people online, are saying they think Darby Allin is going to win the world title from Danielson.
He has not had it yet, correct?
Darby has never been
Yeah,
world champion.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, and that would be, I don't see Danielson's career, his full-time career ending in September. I don't see that happening. But I mean, if it's going to end, I think that would be maybe the best possible way they could do it.
I agree.
I mean, right? Chris and Darby Allin is this huge star,
Yeah.
putting another huge star's career to bed. I think that would be a tremendous thing to do. I just don't know if it should happen in September. Maybe
Right.
like February or March or something. But that's my take.
Well, I kind of believe Danielson that he's gonna need neck surgery before the end of the year.
I see. I don't know if that's true. Who knows?
I know they always
Thing
say that.
is, yeah, I mean, Danielson has already like put Darby over a little back. I think it was like the Dynamite before Double or Nothing. They were in Washington State, I think, and yeah, Danielson basically like said along the lines of Darby being like the next bit like main guy from Washington that you're gonna cheer for instead of him. So it's like, yeah, I feel like it would make sense for Darby to beat Danielson, but I don't know.
I mean, maybe it will happen in September because then his full-time wrestling career could mean whatever. He can come back then as much as he wants or as little as he wants. So shit, maybe Darby is going to be the one to beat him. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe he'll be like Hogan and show up just for the pay-per-views.
Yeah. Well, but part of the reason, getting further away from AEW now, part of the reason Hogan used to show up to like just the WCW pay-per-views is he had a crazy contract with a ton of money with creative control, and it was built in that Hogan got a percentage of the pay-per-view money. Like that's how badly WCW needed Hogan when he signed with them. They gave him part of the pay-per-view money and creative control, and no other wrestler has ever had a contract like that.
Creative control
There
that
was also
he quote unquote never used.
Yeah, which everyone who was around him at that time says is bullshit. They all say the opposite. Yeah, that he used creative control all the time.
Didn't he also have in his contract that he would main event like half the pay-per-views or something like that for the year?
I'm not sure.
That's
I'm
what
not
you
sure.
told me from your Nitro book.
Well, if she remembers, then I think that might be right. But anyways,
All right. So who are we? Wait.
What were we
did
talking
anyone
about?
say that we're picking Danielson and Perry?
Oh, Danielson Perry. I think it's pretty
yeah,
pretty easy.
Yeah, we're all
Danielson.
picking Danielson. Yeah.
Danielson. Yeah.
Danielson.
Danielson.
Okay.
Okay.
So we still only have disagreed on one match, but I think this next match.
one. Oh God, this fucking next match.
And Steven says Danielson retains. There's no way he's losing. Like I said, I feel I could see them fucking around and giving Jack Perry the world title. So I'm gonna say 1% chance Jack Perry wins.
No,
I could see it.
That
I
would
could
be
see it
so
happen.
upsetting. That would
He
be
is
so
not
upsetting.
worthy of that world
Yeah.
title yet. No.
But if he
I
if he
feel
beats
like it's
Danielson,
more
wouldn't he
likely
be?
Yeah.
it would be more likely that Christian would cash in that contract he has.
Oh, we haven't even talked about that. I forgot that.
Yeah, I think it's too early for Christian to cash in that
Yeah.
contract. I think he's gonna probably do it in like probably a bigger pay-per-view.
And is
for
it
all,
is it just for the world title? Like I know,
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
the
TNT title.
yes,
Okay.
it is for a world title.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And Jeff says, "Give me Brian." I guess we give Brian's going to win. He's saying, yeah. Yeah. So we all say Danielson. We've all agreed. We've picked together. We have picked Okada, Chris Statlander, the Young Bucks, Mercedes Moné, Will Ospreay, Brian Danielson. So we have all predicted no titles will change hands on Saturday. And then for the predictions that we differed on, Wolf and I predicted Daniel Garcia to beat MJF. Kay predicted MJF to win. That's the only disagreement we have. So we're all going to look good or all going to look foolish together on Saturday. And now let's talk about the main event, the steel cage lights out match. And we've still not seen if AEW means anything by calling it lights out.
It's
Like
just it seems like just their special term for unsanctioned.
Okay. But yeah, they've said it's unsanctioned. They said it doesn't count in the win and loss records, which doesn't fucking matter because they don't keep up with the wins and losses on well, not on the website. But it's weird. They don't show them on the website anymore, but that's the first thing they show when they're coming to the ring now.
But only for some people, right?
For some people,
yeah, Dynamite
they show
only
the
showed it
record.
for some of them.
I don't get what they're doing with the, either everybody's record matters or nobody's does. Show the records. I want to see the records.
I wonder if it was, I didn't pay attention to whose they showed and whose they didn't. I wonder if it was singles matches they showed the records.
Probably.
Tag and trios matches they weren't.
No, sometimes they don't show the singles wrestlers. Steven says we don't need Crash Test Dummy Darby with the AEW title.
Darby Byrne. I disagree with you. Normally I agree with everything you say for the most part, but this one.
Yeah.
I mean, strictly from a business standpoint, yeah.
Darby is a very good talent, very good young guy that definitely is a top end main eventer talent. So even if he has a transitional reign, having that world title would be worth so much for him.
While we're talking about Darby Allin, I want to mention real quickly a giveaway we're doing. All you need to do is go to our X account, No Bones About Wrestling, which is at No Bones Wrestling. That's at No Bones RASSLIN. The southern spelling of wrestling. No Bones Wrestling, and it's the giveaway is pinned at the top of our feed. And just follow the rules. It's very simple. It's free to enter, and you could win this Darby Allin little plush figure. He's got his face paint. He's got his skull tattoo on this hand. He's got his chest tattoo here, which I think says nothing's over till you're underground.
You know that's not a skull tattoo on his hand, right?
Isn't it? No, a skeleton.
Skeleton.
That's what I meant to say. Yeah. Skeleton tattoo on his hand.
Just clarifying.
He's got his little boots and his little studs, and he's got his hood back here. So nothing amazing, but again, it is free to enter, so don't fucking complain. Well, Darby Allin stuffed doll, which I don't know. Right now, you cannot buy this from AEW. It's not on the online store. Yeah. So
we got it in the All Elite crate for July.
So yeah, like I said, just go to at No Bones Wrestling on X, and it's pinned. It's the top post. Just follow the very simple rules, and you will be entered. We are giving this away Saturday at 9 p.m. during our All Out watch along.
Yeah.
Right. And we're going to be doing
United States only.
Yes, thank you. Continental 48 United
Yes,
States
yes,
only. Sorry, international people. And we will be doing more giveaways too. So keep checking us.
We got a lot of stuff.
Yeah. RB065 says also the announcers keep mentioning records and statistics, so I'm confused. Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. Either, like I said, either the fucking wins and losses matter or they don't. But the way they play it is sometimes they matter and sometimes they don't, which is confusing. It's a bad idea.
Yeah,
it's a bad idea. Confuses. I mean, if it confuses me, who's like, wrestling expert, I would call myself really. I'm sure it confuses like casual fans. So yeah, it's a real dumb thing to do, I think.
Yeah.
Steven Chambers says he's going to pass on the giveaway, just not a Darby fan.
I get it.
Well, you can still enter and address it to eBay. So there's one. If you don't like Darby Allin, you can just ship it to somebody. You can sell it.
Or you can just enter one of our giveaways that we're going to do later.
Yes, which will not involve Darby Allin.
Right. We have a lot of wrestling stuff.
Yeah. So now let's talk about the main event. Now let's talk about the main event.
I'm dreading this.
We've got a hot feud, pun intended. Hangman Adam Page just burned down Swerve Strickland's childhood home that he had repurchased on last night, and
technically earlier in the week, but it was shown last night.
Right. Now, let me ask first, real quick. I think we all left thinking that was a green screen shot. Yeah. Was it?
It had to be.
I don't know.
I looked at it later, and I don't think it was.
I didn't.
That match, and the fire first ignites.
Yeah.
The way he is sitting in that chair with the table next to him, the table looks like it's engulfed in flames. But then the flames eventually move away from it, and his chair looks like it's getting engulfed in flames.
Yeah, I think you're right.
His chair doesn't catch on fire. The wooden table doesn't catch on fire, or even look like it's been charred at all.
Yeah.
And also, he would get singed hair from being that close to that big of a fire.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think
it's probably a work, but I didn't tell you guys during the, I think, a media call scrum thing, because they have press calls before the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Tony Khan said I think it was yesterday during on Dynamite, he had a long day keeping Hangman Page out of jail for arson just so he can have the steel cage match at All Out.
That's very funny.
I love Tony Khan and his dedication to his company's storylines.
I just love Tony Khan, period.
Yeah, I do too.
Sometimes I hate him as a booker, but
hilarious. It's
God bless Tony Khan. Yeah, really.
All right, so
for making this possible. We complain, and most of the time we don't complain, but we love AEW, and God, where would we be? Would I even be watching wrestling without AEW right now? I'm not sure.
I would 100% not be watching wrestling right now.
I'm not sure.
Because we had stopped watching WWE before AEW existed because we thought the product wasn't very good at the time.
Those were cursed years.
And AEW is what brought me back to wrestling. I mean,
it's what brought me back in a big way into it. Yeah, definitely. Which I love. I mean, I'll always remember that from them. It brought back my love for wrestling. Yeah, because you can tell that's the thing. I'm not going to get up on a soapbox, but you can tell that's the thing. These guys and girls that are doing this, they fucking love wrestling, and that's why a lot of people want to be at AEW, because they get to let their I'm going to sound real cheesy. They get to let their love, come out. They get to express themselves, to do the kind of moves they want, and the kind of character that they want to build, stuff like that. They get to let everything in their head out.
There have been some people that just haven't worked in AEW, or just haven't been booked well, or they just kind of need to get out of there. They go, and it's at least there an option. I mean, we've seen Andrade not really get. I just still look back and I realize World's End was Andrade's second ever pay-per-view match in AEW.
Wow.
The first one was a 0 hour
He was
on
definitely
Revolution.
misbooked in AEW, yeah, for sure.
Wasn't he also
Uh,
injured for a big
He
part
was
of his
injured.
time there?
Yes, he
He
was.
was
Yeah.
injured and suspended because he got into a fight with Guevara and
Oh, I don't think I knew that.
Yeah. They
yeah.
got like
So
a slap
and
fight or something.
also there wasn't space for him, so it's like the roster was a little bloated, which is I guess why they brought in Collision.
Did you say a slap fight?
I think essentially that's what it was.
That's embarrassing.
No, they just got into a fight with Guevara and Andrade got into a fight. I don't remember what was it. Probably Guevara was just being silly, kind of.
Guevara wasn't suspended for that though, because when he got
I
suspended
think that's correct.
for
Right.
breaking
I
Jeff
think
Hardy's
maybe I
nose.
think Andrade was like actually getting heated.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
wanted like probably I don't know if he swung at Sammy or anything, but
I got you.
All right, so let's get back to it real quick. Steven says now it's an unsanctioned lights out steel cage match. I just said that. Where were you, Steven? Eric Tate, this pay per view card looks short. A little for AEW. It's 8 matches though.
Yeah.
So, and I think several of these are gonna get a long time. Like I think
Probably,
definitely the Pac and Osprey match will get a long time, and this steel cage match will get a long time. Probably MJF and Garcia as well. So
I could see also Sheeta and Monet getting a fair bit of time.
I could see that.
I think Willow and Statlander too.
And AEW is famous for throwing in matches at the last minute, so I kind of feel like we're not done building the card.
Right.
I feel like we'll get a couple matches on Collision tomorrow night.
Well, and they added an all-in 0 hour match at the beginning of the all-in 0 hour. So even if they don't announce it tomorrow, something can still get added.
All right, now let's get back to this main event. Stephen Chambers says it's Swerve's turn drinking Hangman's blood. So what do we say, Wolf? What do you think?
I kind of wanted to keep my pick a little surprising, but this I just wanted to say this rivalry has been so well made like throughout just throughout its time. I think this has gone on for almost a year now, and honestly I'd say this is possibly the best rivalry ever in AEW. This has been the best storyline, best feud ever in AEW. Like really nothing comes, the only thing that comes close is like maybe MJF and Punk. But like everything else is like everything else is just not as good. Hangman and Swerve have just is on a different level. Definitely so happy about it. I don't think it's over.
Yeah, I agree.
And which is why I think this might be ballsy. This might be risky. I think it would be kind of criminal to have Hangman lose again. So I am having Hangman Adam Page winning this match.
All right. Oh, okay. And real quick, let's see. Just going back a little. Stephen Chambers says Okada waiting for winners on Collision for a 4-way match at All Out for the Continental title. Yeah. So we went ahead and assumed. I guess you missed that part of the show. We went ahead and assumed the winners will be Orange Cassidy, Konosuke Takeshita, and Mark Briscoe, and we all picked Okada to retain the belt.
Yeah.
And even if Lance Archer beats Mark Briscoe, Okada's still gonna keep the belt. We think.
I think the like very certain, like the one person that's like certainly going to be in that match is Takeshita, because they on Dynamite they showed that standoff between Okada and Takeshita, so they definitely want to do something with Okada and Takeshita.
All right, so let's do. Wolf says Hangman, right?
I do say Hangman, yes.
All right, and I didn't note, but of course, let's remember. Hangman was a world champion. This is a big, big match. Not just two guys that hate each other, but two former world champions as well.
Yeah.
And both former AEW tag team champions.
Oh, good call. Yes,
Yes.
Strickland and
Yeah.
Lee were the champs, and Hangman was a champ with Omega. Yeah, good call.
Omega, yep.
There have not been a lot of guys to hold the world title and the tag title, and they might be the only two. Omega 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That might be the only three.
Who else?
Let's see. Steven says, pick
No.
up Swerve.
Oh, wait, I'm thinking of the ROH.
Will Rally Sport. Hi, guys. What's up? We're about to wrap up after this match, but hi.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Steven says, guessing Okada keeping the belt warm for Kingston whenever he comes back. Perhaps.
I did think about that also, but I don't know. I feel like that's a bit too long.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't think Kingston will be right back in that title scene. But that's not what we're talking about right now.
He won't be back this year even, so
Yeah, he's got a while. He said himself even, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get back to the main event. K Fabulous. Who is gonna win? Hangman Adam Page or Swerve Strickland?
This was the hardest one to pick, and I still am so iffy on my pick.
Let me ask this. Do you think one man will bleed? Or do you think both men will bleed?
No, both men are going to be bleeding.
Okay.
They're
Yes,
gonna be
for
bleeding
sure.
buckets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I love it.
I think this is gonna be one of the bloodiest matches we've ever seen in AEW.
I love it.
And that's they have to do something bigger than the death match. And
That match
they
was
were saying
wild.
Adam Page literally drank Swerve's blood in that match.
Fuck. Yeah.
So what are they even gonna do to top this?
That was a 5-bone classic.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, 5 bones out of 5.
So I picked Swerve.
Okay. Okay. So this is where Wolf and K differ.
Oh no, we also differ with MJF and Garcia.
Right, MJF and Garcia also, yeah.
Which means even if I'm right about MJF, if I'm wrong about this, then Wolf gets to keep his title.
So wait, why Swerve?
Oh my god, because I didn't know. I just feel like I honestly don't remember why I picked Swerve.
Okay.
I know that
I
he
think if you think for a second, you will remember.
Yeah, I know he's currently undefeated with his matches with Adam Page. And I know that logically it would be time for Adam Page to win one.
Wait, what was it? Swerve had what? 3 losses and a tie?
Two losses and a
Two.
tie.
Or wait, 2 wins, excuse
Two
me.
wins and a
Swerve
tie,
had
yeah.
2 wins and a tie.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so my thinking was this is not the end of this feud because it is too beautiful and too awesome. And it's one of my favorite things in AEW. So if this is it, I will be very angry that it will be over. I see those two as people that are never going to reconcile. As long as they are in AEW, they're going to be feuding. And I feel like it's too soon for Adam Page to finally be victorious.
Give it 4 years and they'll have a rip roaring run as tag team champions. God. 2028 tag champs. Watch it.
I really hope you're wrong.
I don't know if Hangman will last.
I just feel like this didn't feel like the end for me.
Yeah, definitely not the end.
Mainly because I feel like they're trying too hard to make it feel like it's going to be the end.
Yeah,
but it can't be done after this, you know.
They can honestly.
So I think Swerve's going to win, so that Adam Page, his hatred and grudge and feelings of inadequacy just grow deeper and larger. And I don't know what you do to top burning down a guy's house, but maybe he's gonna murder his family or something.
Yeah, I don't know what's next, but I also don't think this feud is done. Let's see. Will says picking Hangman. He's lost 3 to Swerve. He's lost 2 to Swerve, and they had a draw. Was that a time limit?
Time limit draw.
Time limit
draw.
Swerve asked 5 more minutes, and Hangman said no.
It was for an AEW World Title #1 contendership match.
Yep.
When was that one?
That was February 7th of this year.
It was right before Revolution.
Was that their last match together, right?
Yeah.
That was their last singles match together.
Match, yeah.
They were in the Revolution three. What am I supposed to call it?
Triple threat.
Three-way. What am I supposed to call it?
Triple threat.
Triple threat.
Triple threat.
3 ways fucking.
For the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, which Samoa Joe held. They
Yeah,
put
yeah.
that match together.
Yeah, that's right. That's
And
right.
then they were in Blood and Guts together.
Normal and guys, yeah.
It's nice having this reference now.
Yeah. that
We
was
have
awesome.
dates for shit, and it's
Honestly,
back.
I think they can sell this feud all the way until World's End.
Oh yeah. I mean, like Kay said, years. I mean, this will be like Jerry Lawler, Eddie Gilbert feud, or
Like-
if you don't know that, Stone Cold versus The Rock feud.
Yeah.
I thought this had been going on for longer, but the first Strickland Page match was at Wrestle Dream last year, so it was
Yeah.
October 1st last
Wow,
year.
I felt it was
Yeah.
going on
Yeah.
for longer. Also,
They had both appeared together in Royal Rampage in June of 22, but that was their next match was at Wrestle Dream.
wow,
Yeah.
that's surprising to me.
Me
Yeah.
too.
All right, I haven't talked about this match yet. Swerve and Hangman, yeah, man, it feels like 50-50. Is what it feels like. I almost decided to just flip a coin. I could not make up my mind about this match, and honestly, or the MJF Garcia match.
Mhm.
But I picked Garcia. But yeah, for this match, Swerve Strickland just had the world title. He's the one who got his house burned down, so he's got that revenge on his mind. He looked pretty fiery, angry at the end of Dynamite last night.
Mhm.
We'll see. Are they even going to be on Collision? Will he take Retribution on Collision, or are we just jumping to the pay-per-view Saturday? I don't know. But yeah, Swerve, just lost the belt to
Danielson.
Huh?
Danielson.
Thank you. Yeah, to Danielson in the title versus career match last month, or no, excuse me, 13 days ago at All In. Well, it was last month. Yeah, 13 days ago at All In.
Well, it's 11 days ago. It's 13
Right.
days between the pay-per-view.
Yes, that's what I meant. Yes. So Swerve, just had the world title, and I think an important thing to think about when we're picking this match from the outside, Swerve just restructured his contract,
Mhm.
which is not something that wrestlers ever really do. It's not been a thing in the past,
Mhm.
not very often, not to my knowledge. But Swerve did, and because he's obviously a bigger. I mean, he was a WWE cast-off that Tony snatched up, and most people didn't know who he was in wrestling. I feel like most people didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
And Tony snatched him up, and now he's one of the biggest stars in wrestling, and
Mhm.
was a world champion. He always had the ability. That's not what was missing. It was just the booking wasn't there. But point aside, he just restructured his contract, and by all reporting, Dave Meltzer and that crew, is for several years and for a lot of money. I didn't see a number, but I read a lot of money.
Dave Meltzer reported that it was on the level of Mercedes and Okada.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
So a fuck ton of money.
Big money. Yeah.
Yeah. Not the same level as Roman Reigns and
Oh, well.
like the other WWE
No.
way up there
Of course
people,
not,
but
of course
yeah,
not.
yeah. But
yes,
But I mean, Swerve deserves it. Swerve,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
So-
it's been built up so well.
Yeah, there's nobody in AEW who's come from lower down to higher up than Swerve.
Mhm.
Nobody. So that's been awesome to see. And I think Tony, and that's the one, Tony Khan doesn't get a lot of credit. I mean, Swerve has the ability, sure, but Tony booked his way there too. You gotta have both in wrestling. You gotta have a booker who knows what they're doing, and I got balloons. You gotta have a booker who knows what they're doing, and you gotta have a guy who has the ability. And if you got those two, it's like Vince McMahon and Hogan. You'll make some money.
So I'm gonna argue with you
What?
real quick. I would say MJF came from lower.
Yeah,
and
that's a
went
great
and
example.
went higher than Swerve had to, because MJF didn't even make it into WWE. He was a security guard in one episode, and they did not.
On
him up
NXT,
for
where he
NXT.
was pushed by Samoa Joe, and
And now he's like a multi-time AEW world champion.
One-time world champion.
One time?
Isn't he? One-time world champion.
one-time world champion.
Just a
yeah.
long title reign.
Oh, okay.
The longest.
Oh, the longest. That's what I was
Longest
thinking of.
AEW world title reign. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, I don't know. You can make the argument, MJF or Swerve, but
Yeah. Anyway.
you can make the argument, yeah. All right, and Hangman, to look at him, just burned down a fucking house, so he's got some heat going, pun intended. He's got some heat behind him. And right, if you think like a booker, he's lost 2 matches to Swerve. He's had a draw, so it feels like it's time for him to win to make this feud a little more even. But like Kay said, I don't feel like that's what's going to happen. I feel that Swerve is going to win this match, and it's going to drive Hangman deeper and deeper and darker and make him more and more of a heel. And I'm not sure exactly how this match is going to play out. I don't know. I assume we're going to see some interference from Prince Nana. I think that's almost definite. And but exactly how will it play out? I don't know. A lot of blood, and who knows what the fuck else is what I'm thinking. And do we see a return from a big star like a Jay White or Miro during or after this match, or do you just let the match have its own time?
I think that's
That's what I think.
On it.
That's what I agree. I hope that's what they do.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I picked Swerve winning, and the feud continuing. Even though Swerve would have 3 wins and a draw, I think they continue, and then Hangman wins the next one.
Mhm.
Almost definitely
Yeah.
is how I feel.
Maybe.
So all right, we disagreed on only the first and last
the
match
last
that we picked.
match.
Yeah.
I just saw on Twitter that on the media call, Tony Khan said Hangman brought his own camera crew for the arson segment.
Huh. Okay. That's cool. Let's see. Let me write this down real quick. Oh, you said Hangman, Swerve. Okay. All right. Now I'm just going to go over really quickly who we picked. Okay. MJF Garcia. Wolf and I picked Daniel Garcia to win. Kay picked MJF to win.
Yep.
And then we went on a streak where we all picked the same people. We all picked Okada to retain. We all picked Chris Statlander to beat Willow Nightingale in the Chicago Street Fight. We all picked the Young Bucks to retain over the BCC. We all picked Mercedes to retain over.
Hikaru Shida.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We all picked Ospreay to retain over Pac in an awesome match. We all picked Danielson to retain against Jack Perry.
Yeah.
And then Kay and I agreed on Swerve, and Wolf
Hangman.
said Hangman. Yeah. So I think there will definitely be a winner, right? A clear-cut winner?
Oh yeah, I think
There
so.
will definitely be. Yeah, no ties.
Yeah.
They haven't done that for a main event at a pay-per-view, have they?
So no, I was talking about our predictions.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
was talking about our predictions.
I thought you meant the match results.
Right. Yeah.
Eric Tate says that final match needs to be a fire match. Yeah, the last time I saw something like that, WWF in April '98 did an Inferno match.
Yeah.
I think it was Undertaker versus Kane, I believe.
Yeah. And then
that was in Greensboro, North Carolina.
It is possible for a tie.
For
me and Wolf.
The most recent Inferno match I remember is Randy versus The Fiend, Bray Wyatt.
Okay, yeah, I remember that. Yep.
Yeah.
But it wasn't done the same way, right?
Yeah, plus COVID era, so no one was there.
And right, so the winner between Kay, Wolf, and I, whoever picks the most matches right, yes, the No Bones About Wrestling Prediction Championship belt.
Yeah.
Which, again, looks like the ECW title. It's not. It's the Prediction Championship. And Wolf has had it for about a month and a half. Kay had it for months before that. I haven't seen this in a long time. But we'll see. Saturday, who's going to win the belt? Our coverage starts at 6:25 p.m., 5 minutes before the 0 hour starts.
I think the way that Asa wins the belt is if Garcia wins, but Hangman wins. Or no, not Hangman.
Swerve.
Or no. Swerve wins, but MJF wins, I think. Right?
That's how I win.
Yeah, we would.
That's how you
wait.
win. I'm confused.
Yeah, because I picked MJF and I picked
Oh
Swerve.
yeah.
Right.
Oh,
You and I could tie Wolf because if MJF wins
oh yeah.
but Swerve loses, then we tie. So you get to keep the belt.
Yeah.
I can't do all the fancy
Actually,
figuring.
I don't think there's a way for you to win the belt.
I don't know. I don't know.
But if Garcia and Swerve win, Asa
Oh
would get
yeah,
it.
Garcia and Swerve have to both win for
Yes, I have to go.
Asa to win. That's what
Have
I
to be
meant.
perfect.
Yes.
Have to be
Yes,
perfect to win.
Garcia and Swerve have to both win.
Yeah, well, we'll see. But yeah, they may add some matches, and if they do, we'll add to our picks as well.
Right.
And yeah, so hope you enjoyed this. Again, but share your own picks. Get at us on X. Email us if I think I got an email listed somewhere on the nobonesabout.com site. Do whatever you want. Get at us. Share your picks. We'll probably share them on air. We'll have a lot of time on. We're gonna be together a long time Saturday, 6:25 to when the fuck ever it ends.
And
11:30
tomorrow.
midnight. Oh, and tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow we're doing
3 hours.
I'll go over the schedule real
Yeah.
quick. Tomorrow we're doing, and I'm gonna post the schedule on X. Tomorrow, Collision and Rampage watch along, 7:55 till 11 p.m. All this is Eastern time. That's Friday night tomorrow, and Saturday again 6:25 till whenever. All out pay-per-view coverage, watch along. Thank you. And at 9 p.m. we're going to give away the Darby Allin doll, and again you can enter that by checking out our X site at No Bones Wrestling. It's pinned to the top of the page. And then Tuesday is our weekly show, AEW Weekly. And very creative name, I know, but it's AEW Weekly every Tuesday night at 7. And K Fabulous and I are going to discuss the All Out pay-per-view and really break down what we saw happen and where we think things are going to go. So yeah, that's the schedule. Friday, Saturday, and Tuesday. We will see you. And
Wait, can I say one thing?
Sure.
I just realized we didn't pick any titles to change hands.
Are correct. Yeah.
Nope.
Not one of us picked any
Yes.
belt to change hands. Yeah.
Well, in our defense, All In had 5 title changes.
Right.
Which is like a crazy number for one pay-per-view.
It is.
So they need like a rest.
Well, that's because AEW has a crazy number of titles,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
but that's a different discussion for a different day,
Yeah.
probably.
So make sure.
Because how many of these are title matches? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, no, I'm looking at a different show.
4, 5. 5 because
Five.
since they dropped the Statlander Willow title part.
Okay, that's not crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're all actually AEW titles.
Yeah.
None of them are Ring of Honor or CMLL.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed us. Like I said, give us your own predictions. Get at us on X, on email. Let us know, and we'll read them on air. If not tomorrow, we'll read them Saturday. Wolf, thank you. What?
I was going to say, to make sure you don't miss anything in case you miss the schedule posting, make sure you subscribe on YouTube and turn on your notifications so when we go live, it'll tell you.
Like us.
Yeah.
The likes really matter. Like us, please. Subscribe so you don't miss any videos. We got a bunch of other stuff besides watch alongs that we do. Mostly AEW, but we got all kinds of stuff. If you look back through the months, we got all kinds of fun videos on there. And yeah, Wolf, thanks for joining us. I think it's going to be an awesome show.
Yeah.
And real quick, I want to just ask before we leave: is it going to be better than All In or no?
No.
Wolf, no.
Well, I would have to look at the All In card because I don't remember it.
I don't think so. Just because of the fact that there were more matches in All In, and most of them were really good. Yeah, like the only like bad matches were the coffin match, the FTW title match, and kinda the TBS title match. Even the TBS.
Sorry, I like the FTW match better than the TBS match.
Yeah,
You know what I just realized?
FTW.
What?
Jericho is not on this pay-per-view.
True. Jericho's not on the pay-per-view yet.
What?
That was the first time, I think.
No, is it?
I'll
No.
look
He's
In a while.
He's number 3, first time in a while. So the Young Bucks have the most pay-per-view appearances. They're pretty much always on them. They're 1 and 2, Nicholas and Matthew. Number 3 is Jericho for pay-per-view appearances.
Right. The only like I just realized funny enough, so at one point I saw like online Ricochet had said
Oh yeah.
that he wanted to work with Jericho, so we could get Ricochet and Jericho, but
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Why not?
So I just did like a quick like find on my document. Chris Jericho's name is on here 28 times.
For which document?
The pay-per-view document.
Okay.
Pay-per-view.
How many pay-per-views they've done?
No, because I didn't count. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay. That's all right. We'll assume like 28, 27 maybe.
Yeah.
I bet you he's been on 27 or
No,
26 out of 28.
No, his name's in
Oh,
here.
he's on.
28,
Okay,
yeah,
so I bet he's been on 28 out of like
29.
30. Yeah, 29 or 30. Yeah.
I think maybe the only one that he hasn't been on was the very first one before it was AEW.
Well, that doesn't count.
Oh, I was counting that.
All in?
Yeah.
That was not an AEW show. Yeah.
Oh, it's on.
You should have it on here,
I
but
do
it's
have
not
it
an
on here.
AEW
Okay.
show. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he missed
And
something.
in a way, he was on there because he showed up on their disguise.
Oh, yeah, he did come out. Yeah.
That's right. I forgot. Yeah.
I forgot too.
I forgot. We just watched it a couple weeks ago. I forgot.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, thanks for watching us. We don't want to drag on and on.
Yeah, sorry.
Again, tomorrow, 7:55, Collision Rampage watch along. Saturday, 6:25, All Out watch along. And Tuesday, AEW Weekly, 7 p.m. We'll see you for all of them, I hope. And everybody, thanks for talking to us. We love talking to you. Eric Tate, Will, Stephen Chambers, RB065, Jeff talking to us, Adam, Fazb, and whoever I missed. Thank you for talking to us. We love interacting with you. And we hope we'll see you tomorrow night for Collision and Rampage. 3 hours of Friday night wrestling. Can't be better. So yeah, Wolf, thank you. And for K Fabulous and Wolf, I'm gonna say see you later. And as Mick Foley would say, have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye.